Mavs fans, you guys have been asking for it, and it is finally here. We have a Mavs only channel by Chat Sports. When you go to youtube.com/allthingsmavs, go hit that big red subscribe button for 24/7 Dallas Mavericks coverage. Now let's get into today's video. Now, what I wanted to do today was look at 5 different mock drafts and who they have the Dallas Mavericks taking with that first round pick in the 2020 NBA draft. So the 5 drafts that we're going to be looking at are from NBC, Tankathon, Bleacher Report, CBS Sports, and The Athletic. And then, of course, I'm going to compare all those to my pick for the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the 5 guys we're going to be talking about are Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Kira Lewis Jr., RJ Hampton, and jahmi'us Ramsey. I'm going to break down each one by one so that you guys can get a better feel for what they might look like in a Dallas Maverick jersey and what they might look like as a fit with the Dallas Mavericks as a whole. But before I get into those breakdowns, I'm going to tell you about our friends over at Fanatics. When you go to chatsports.com/MavsT, you get all these great t-shirts for 30 to 35% off. Maybe you've got a graduate in your life. Maybe you got some friends you want to go buy a gift for. Maybe you just want to treat yourself. Well, you go to Fanatics, you're going to get some sweet deals and save some money doing it. Go check them out, chatsports.com/MavsT, and you're going to get all of these great deals all the time with our friends over at Fanatics. Now, the first player I want to talk about today is Saddiq Bey out of Villanova. Honestly, this guy is one of the best defenders in the draft. He's one of the best perimeter defenders. He can switch onto 2s, 3s, and he can even guard some 4s. Maybe not in the NBA, but in the college level. At the college level, he could do it. Another great thing about Saddiq Bey is he is one of the greatest three-point shooters coming into this draft, coming out of Villanova, and he can score really from wherever you need him to. He can get to the basket, he can score from the mid-range, he can score from beyond the three-point arc. Now, his explosiveness and his athleticism leaves a little bit to be desired, but a guy coming out of Villanova should fit really well in this Mavs system, a lot like a guy like Jalen Brunson, who was a point guard that didn't have a lot of athleticism and fell to the Mavs in the second round. Now, last year at Villanova, or really this year, I guess, Saddiq Bey put up 16 points per game and 4.7 rebounds, a pretty good rebounder for a guard. He can play the forward position as well. And there it is, that three-point percentage at 45.1%. I like Saddiq Bey a lot for the Dallas Mavericks. This is who Tankathon and NBC Sports, both of them ironically, have the Dallas Mavericks taking with that 18th overall pick. Now, obviously, these mock drafts are way too early, but it's kind of funny that you see 2 different websites taking the same guy for the Dallas Mavs. I'm a big fan of Saddiq Bey. Wouldn't be mad to see him in a Mavericks jersey after the 2020 NBA draft. But he is a wing, so you got to take that into consideration. Maybe that's not what you want for this Mavs team. Where do you want them to put their focus in the 2020 draft? Let me know in the comment section below. This is how you can let me know. If you think they should take a guard, type G. If you think they should take a wing like Saddiq Bey, type W. Or maybe, just maybe, you want the Dallas Mavericks to take another big man, then type B in the comment section below. And if you're typing B, I think you're gonna like this next guy a lot. Isaiah Stewart out of Washington. He is just a straight up bully. He can move around guys however he wants. He's got a huge frame that's really been really good for him at the college level. Now, at the NBA level, that's a bit of a question mark. Of course, Isaiah Stewart here is Bleacher Report's pick for the Dallas Mavericks at 18. He's got good length, he can block shots, and he can rebound because he is so big and he's got that wide frame. The problem I have with Isaiah Stewart, and the reason I wouldn't like him for the Dallas Mavericks, is that his NBA skill is a bit in question. There's not a lot of guys posting up anymore. He's not going to be a stretch 5. He can't even really shoot a mid-range jumper quite yet. But he's a good rebounder and he's a good shot blocker. And at the college level, he could score the ball. He just doesn't have a very polished offensive game. Now, at Washington in his freshman year, that's another thing. He is super, super young. 17 points per game and 9 rebounds. Now, didn't pass the ball a lot out of the post, 0.8 assists, but 2.1 block shots. And he's a little undersized for a center as well. At 6'9", he's not going to tower over guys, but his long wingspan gives you a great ability to block shots, and that's what Stewart took advantage of. Again, this is who Bleacher Report has the Mavs taking at 18. Personally, I think I'm going to pass on Isaiah Stewart for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got a lot of big men, and Rick Carlisle likes a big man that can roll to the basket and shoot the 3. neither of which Isaiah Stewart is really that great at. Now, I don't want Isaiah Stewart. I'll tell you who I do want at the end of today's show, but I want to know from you guys who you want on the Dallas Mavericks from the NBA draft. Now, you can choose just about anybody you want, be somewhat realistic, but this is the most interactive channel on YouTube, so you're going to want to make sure you comment and we can interact with you there. Now, before I keep moving into my next player, I got to tell you guys to go follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Follow me either one. Both handles are the same, at all_things_Mavs. That's where you're going to get all of my Mavs coverage all the time. Instagram or Twitter, wherever you want to find me, that's where you can find me, at all_things_Mavs. Now let's move on to who CBS Sports has the Dallas Mavericks taking with the 18th overall pick. It's Kira Lewis Jr. out of Alabama, a kid who, frankly, I didn't know that much about coming into the summer, and now we're getting near the offseason, and I've done my homework on this kid, and I'm a big fan. He is one of the fastest players in this draft. He has extreme explosiveness, can get up and down the floor at really faster than just about anybody. And the best thing about Kira Lewis Jr., and the thing that I respect a lot, is that he didn't say after his freshman year, okay, I'm out, I'm going to the draft. No, he took another year. He's in his sophomore season with Alabama, and he really benefited from that. I've loved what I've seen from him out of his second year. Now, he's 19 years old. The one thing I do have a question mark about with Kira Lewis, and the reason I don't think he is for sure a lottery pick, is because he doesn't hold on to the ball really well. He does have some ball security issues. He tries to be a little too flashy with his handle, but he's still a really good passer, and he makes plays for his teammates. In his second year at Alabama, he put up nearly 19 points per game and 5 rebounds, a great rebounding rate for a point guard, 5 assists to go along with those 5 rebounds. And the three-point percentage doesn't look great at 36.6%, but he's got really sound mechanics, and I think his shot will be able to translate to the next level. Now, the reason that it is so important that he stayed is because he truly saw that growth from his freshman to sophomore year. If you look at him freshman year, he probably would have been a mid to late second round pick. Now he's almost a guaranteed first round pick. Freshman year, he averaged 13.5 points per game and only 2 boards and only 2 assists. Now he upped all of those numbers to 19 points per game, 5 boards, 5 assists. The 3-point percentage took a little bit of a step up, and his field goal percentage took a step up because he realized, hey, I'm so fast, I'm so sneaky, I can get to the rim whenever I want, and that's what he did. He beat players off the dribble, and he absolutely dominated when he got to the rim. Big fan of his game. Wouldn't mind seeing him in a Mavericks jersey. That's who CBS Sports has the Mavs taking at 18 overall. Now, he played over at Alabama, not my favorite college team, but maybe it's yours. I want to know from you guys, who is your favorite college team? Who are you rooting for during the college season, whether it's football, basketball, or you're just in college right now? For me, Oklahoma State Cowboys, go Pokes. Let me know in the comment section below who your favorite college team is. Now, one guy that didn't go to college, in fact, he said, I'm just going to go straight to the pros, but it was over at the NBL, is RJ Hampton. Now, The Athletic has the DFW native falling to the Dallas Mavericks at 18. And, you know, I do like this kid. There was one point he was a top 5 pick overall, but he didn't show a lot of impressive stuff over in the NBL. Now, he did get hurt, which is a part of the reason we didn't get to see his full potential. So he came back to the U.S. to continue his training. But he needs to improve on a lot of things before he becomes really a star in the NBA. In the NBL, he averaged nearly 9 points per game and 4 rebounds. Not as many assists as I would have liked to see from RJ Hampton at 2.4. And the 3-point percentage was absolutely abysmal, 29.5%. Look, the thing is, Hampton's got a body that you can add a lot of muscle to. He's got that Kevin Durant kind of lanky body, but he doesn't have the Kevin Durant skill. I think he needs to improve his passing. He needs to improve his jump shot before I can say, hey, I'm excited about this kid in the NBA. Let's face it, the NBL is not the NBA, but he was playing with grown men in a professional sports league. So you can't take that away from him. And that's probably part of the reason his stats didn't look so good. Now, he's probably going to play either the 1 or the 2 at the next level. If he's playing with Luka Doncic, you can almost guarantee he's going to be a 2. But which guard would you rather have on this Dallas Mavericks team? Type H for RJ Hampton, type L for Kira Lewis Jr. Now, the exciting pick is definitely RJ Hampton because, like I said, he was once projected to be a top 5 guy. But I think the safer pick and really the better player right now is Kira Lewis Jr. And I like his fit better with the Mavs. He can come in, be a playmaker, be speedy, play good defense. RJ Hampton, you're going to have to develop a little bit more, and I don't think the Mavs want to take the time on that. But maybe you guys disagree. Let me know in the comment section below. I told you guys at the top of this show that we've got our Mavs only channel, something that I am absolutely stoked about, to be able to interact with you guys every single day on that channel. So you go to youtube.com/allthingsmavs, hit that subscribe button. If you can't type in the link, just scroll down. We make it really easy on you. Find the link in the comment section below, in the description below, and then hit the big red button. Subscribe today, because we're going to have 24/7 coverage every single day. Let's talk about one more guy, and this is my pick for the Dallas Mavericks. This is who I had in my latest mock draft going to the Mavs at 18. It's jahmi'us Ramsey out of Texas Tech. I'm a big fan of what he can do from around the arc. He provides a true scoring punch, whether it's off the bench, whether he's starting, whatever it may be. Ramsey's going to be really good for some NBA team. Now, he can't finish really well around the rim quite yet, but he's definitely getting there. He's averaging 15 points per game and 4 rebounds. He's a pretty good defender because he's got good length, but that still needs to take a step up. The reason I like Ramsey the most for the Mavs is because when you put him next to Luka Doncic, he's going to get a lot of open looks around the three-point arc. And the reason that's so good for Ramsey is because he was a great three-point shooter at Texas Tech. 15 points per game, like I said, but there it is. His bread and butter, 42.6% from three in his college season, his freshman year at Tech. He's a guy that the Mavs could bring in. They can develop a little bit, but I also think his game is going to be so easily translated to the NBA that if he's there at 18, I'd love to see him on the Dallas Mavericks next season. I think he's going to be a great player for whoever gets him. I think he'll fall anywhere from that 14 into the lottery all the way down to about 25. So he should be there for the Mavs at 18. Now, the biggest question with the Mavs pick is, what are they actually going to do with it? There's a lot of speculation that they could trade it for an established veteran, but they could also keep it and use it on a younger guy. What do you guys want them to do? You guys can play the role of Mark Cuban and Donnie Nelson and make the decision here. Type T for trade that pick, usually for a veteran. Type K for keep it. But if you choose trade, I want you to tell me who they're going to trade it for. If you choose keep it, I want you to tell me who they're going to pick. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.